change your mind again. At least we could still be friends, but don't let me down. Darling, don't let me down, 'cause I might lose my way. So many things I care enough. Too many things I care in preceding amounts. Sums up how I feel about myself. She can fall in bed, thoughts that come with you. How did the echoes in my head so out of tune? What are your fences up against? Our castles have turned into sand, but don't let me down. Don't let me down, 'cause I lost my way. How many blunders does it take for the sake of yourself to finally admit your mistake? I guess you just don't seem to roll that way. I see you clinging tightly to the strap, and we're still holding hands through a cat flap. Does it not make you question the times you lost yourself? Trust me, it's more than many. I'm not trying to be petty, but I'm still shaking and falling the bad thoughts that come with you. How did the echoes in my head get so out of tune? Shaking Wanted to touch my hand, curb your temper, it's the weekend. Figured I don't need it, till the pendulum swing, leave me reeling. Shaking up headache, Tuesday afternoon, acting like a drain pipe exploded in your room while I was dripping with gushing. I didn't know what to do, serendipitous and trite. I go through this every night. Wanted to touch my hand, curb your temper, it's the weekend. Figured I don't need it, till the pendulum swing, leave me reeling. Wanted to touch my hand, curb your temper, it's the weekend. Figured I don't need it, till the pendulum swing, leave me reeling.
Okay. It's time to begin. Alright. So we're going to be starting off our first map here. Spawning up in the top left-hand side, we have in a red, it is playing for Psistorm Gaming. It is Creature. And in the bottom right, playing an honorable macro game, it is Foxer. At least I assume he's proxying. Let's see what he does. And most importantly, like, what proxy is he going to do? I feel like there's a lot of good proxies still in TVP that you can do. Personally, I really like these ones where you start and you just get the Reaper and then kind of play like straight up back at home. It's just like, it's something I think the Protoss player will have not a whole lot of trouble dealing with, but it's pretty annoying. And as a Terran player, it just kind of lets you take control of the game and play like aggressively from that point. But we do see two gases going down here from Foxer, so possibly a 1-1-1, or just like, I don't know, could be a couple other things. My my understanding of what you can do off what for proxies versus Protoss is fairly limited, so I'm just gonna wait and see what Foxer actually does before I make any calls here. Over on Creature side, he did go Cyber before Nexus, so this should be pretty good, because he'll have a Stalker out a bit quicker, and he did Probe Scout, so he does know kind of what's going on. And someone put a GG thing, and looks like Creature will find out about this, but we do have the factory coming back at a home here, so this could just be Reaper proxy into like normal-ish play. Really needs to do something more than some damage on the Nexus though, as Creature is gonna chrono out that Stalker. The Reaper almost getting a probe here will force a lot of them to pull. If you can keep this alive, I think that'd be great. Creature actually really intelligently is going to block off the path that you get up here. Oops. Are we going to see a starport proxy? Yeah, we are. Okay, so this is pretty good too. So getting the 2 Reapers I think is pretty good because it lets you have a bit of map control here. Obviously, like, they can't just straight up kill a whole lot here, but they can damage the Stalker like they're doing right now and just kind of pull back. And this keeps those units at home because there's really no way that creature can move out unless he builds a significant amount of gateway units. And this starport will be for either a Banshee or a Liberator, and of course we'll see how that goes. Back at home, we don't have a command center here for Foxer just yet. One should be coming up shortly, right? He also has a Widow Mine buried behind the radar dish, so that's pretty good. But I really don't think this went the way Foxer wanted it to. He really needs to get some probe damage done with... Oh. Is he gonna go for proxy BCs? What the heck? I wasn't aware this was the meta. Let's see how this turns out. So, maybe if creature keeps massing Phoenix. How many Phoenix does it even take to kill a BC? Like, I don't think I've ever seen this interaction before. Okay, these Phoenix will actually be pretty good at chasing down these Reapers. So, unfortunately for Fox, they're going to lose these. That means he's not really going to have much of a heads up about what's going on here. The BC is halfway done. Fox, a creature, sorry, still doesn't know about it. But he is continuing to make Phoenix. Widow Mine goes off in one of those. So I think that's a fine trade. Like, it damages one to Phoenix quite a lot. And this is really going to make creature pay a lot more attention to his Phoenix if he does try to move out. It's probably going to keep him home for now, honestly, until he gets that Observer first. So it's going to slow down them going to his base, which I think works out well for Foxer. Foxer knows that there's Phoenix out now, and creature doesn't know what Foxer has back at home. We've got Bioplay coming up behind us. Getting another starport at home even. So this BC really just going to be created for pure chaos. Picking away at some probes already. First Phoenix is going to come in. Alright, let's see how this battle goes. These Phoenix, of course, can out-micro the battle cruiser, but creature deciding not to. So this is going to work fairly well for Foxer, I believe. Creature has gotten his third base up in, a timely fashion. This is basically when you normally take it. And I think this BC is going to go down. Oh yeah, I forgot you can... I forgot you don't have to, like, research anything for that. So he has a sizable amount of bio back at home. But, of course, creature doesn't know, to my knowledge, what Foxer is doing, really. So I think that's kind of why you see him continuing to make a couple more Phoenixes. Because he really doesn't know, like, what is Foxer going to keep making BCs? Like, what is he going to do? And holding on one forge for now. He does have Colossus going to come out. Okay, so he does kind of realize, like, Foxer's going to play Bao behind this, which is a fair assumption to make. So this is a pretty sizable amount of units here. We don't... One medevac on the way, probably. I don't see where it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we got one medevac. Stim is about to finish here. And these amount of Widow Mines. And really, like, even though I would say the creature probably got a bit of an economy lead in the early game here, I think just the disruption caused by this battlecruiser really allowed Foxer to kind of have his say in what units were made here. Because a lot of these Phoenixes are basically useless, for this fight. Widowmine shot going down on that Warp Prism. So this is going to cut down on the amount of defensive capabilities here from Creature. But I think Foxer's timing here is kind of dwindling away. As soon as that first Colossus comes out, I don't think this push is really going to accomplish anything else here. These 2 shield batteries being really key here. And basically just enough weapons here. Foxer didn't lose a whole lot, so I think Foxer still has the opportunity to head home and play a normal game here. He will lose his Battlecruiser though if Creature decides to do anything here. Oh, just loses 1 Phoenix. Barely gets it. He even brought SCVs. This is really unfortunate here. That Colossus is going to get so much done. Widowmine shot's going to destroy so much there though. I still don't think Foxer can really go in on this, so he doesn't have enough units out. Just going to stim, try to get back home if he can. These Protoss units are still pretty scary. And a big pickup from all the medevacs. Foxer has kept up mostly with his macro here. A lot of units coming out. He does have a 3rd CC on the way here, so he's not all in from this by any means. And teleporting the Battlecruiser into the main base is a really good call here. This should force a recall here, and we see most of the Creature's units are going to go back. Meanwhile, these dropships are going to take up a position here by the Watchtower. And I think this BC should go down now. Oh, actually, maybe we'll get out. And there's no Phoenix left, so... And now these units are going to be out of position for this attack on the 3rd base. A stim in here could just kill down this, a lot of these probes or take down the Nexus, whichever Foxer chooses. There's some units here, but he got 14 probes with that drop. 4th base is on the way for Creature. We do see the 3rd base here landing for Foxer, so he still needs to make up for his lack of economy here, as he will need to make some more workers. He's kind of sat around 44 for quite a while. So killing all those probes there from Creature is going to even up the field here, as he is headed workers now. 3 Marauders at a time. Really nice pick off here, being able to kill this 4th base. And if you can get away here too. Oh, not clicked correctly. That's really unfortunate. So you're gonna pause. Okay. Alright, so pause from Creature. We have a Raven here coming from Foxer. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Interestingly, we don't see any... Oh, never mind. Okay, I was going to talk about how there's no probes on gas at the 3rd base. But I guess that's just because they all got killed. Alright. Still seeing a lot of medevac production here from Foxer, as he has lost a couple of them. This attack here from Creature is actually looking pretty scary if these units are caught moving out. I don't believe he has any Liberator. Oh, he has 1 Liberator, but it's on harassment duty. The defensive capabilities here from Foxer are not very strong right now. This is a lot of Protoss units. This is a +1. The upgrades are even, so not the biggest of deal here. So Foxer's really going to need to go for a base trade here, I feel like, because I don't think he can take on this army with what he has left at home. He's sending some of that home, though. Oh, so he's trying to do a flank with the BC on the Colossus. This is actually... Like, what a play, dude. And the Colossus... It's not targeted on the last... Colossus, no, gets picked off by the Stalkers, and 45 SCVs killed from Foxer. So I I think Foxer just... Oh, will he be able to take out the Colossus? Oh, he gets the Colossus, and now his bio is right on top of Creature's army, but that is still a lot of gateway units here from Creature. He's in a good position. He can pick up and head back into the main base, it looks like. And I think from here, Foxer should be able to defend, but I don't think he's done enough damage back at Creature's base to make up for this. He's lost so many SCVs. And even some more medevacs getting picked off here. I think Creature can just keep producing gateway units from here, and he should be fine. Yeah, that was an amazing defense there from Foxer, but I just think that he just doesn't have a win condition from this point, really. His opponent's economy is just too strong. Yeah, and I think this should be the end of the game here. Creature should be able to take this. Yeah, GG's called. And Psistorm gonna take the first map. Alright, so let's find out what the next map is. Thunderbird. Alright, so we're just loading into our second game here. Alright, so down here we have in the bottom right hand side of the map, playing for Allin, it is Daedra. And up here in the top left, we have in a red, playing for Psistorm Gaming. It is Disc. Glad we're able to see Daedra this time, as he wasn't able to make it to our last match. Oops. I really have nothing of value to add to any matchup like this. I don't know anything about Protoss or Zerg. It's a pretty normal timing here for the hatchery though. No cheese just yet at a Daedra. Even going gasp before pool. I also have a feeling that like every single person watching this match right now knows like infinitely more about the game than I do. Except maybe Potato. He's the only exception. Guess we'll just wait and see what's going to happen here from Disc. What is he going to choose to go for? 2 queens from Daedra. So Stargate here from Disc. I don't think this is very uncommon in PvZ. I always hear people on Reddit talking about Stargate openings and how like you can still do them, it's just that other stuff is good too. Alright, looks like this adept is actually going to meet a unfortunate surprise here at the top of this cliff. Speed's only like halfway done, so this is this adept's still going to be fine. Both players just doing some stuff, having some fun. He's building a couple of shield batteries. Is he worried about a leg all in here or something? Because there's no way he's seen anything that was like extraordinary. I guess 8 lings seems like a lot, right? And we do have a fast layer here for Daedra off of 2 bases, so is yeah, so these some of the queens. I have no clue what the hell Daedra's doing. I want to say like Nidus or something, but like I have no clue. Oracle on its way across the map. There's enough queens out and a spore in 1 mineral line at least. So 2 base Hydra. Huh. This is interesting. I don't say I see people use this style very often. Even with my limited knowledge, I understand that this is not very common. And Daedra will... Sorry. No, so he... Sorry, Disc has seen the Hydra then, or should have. It's actually Lurkers. I think he's gonna go like Lurker drop. Or is he just like playing like a Vilo Zerg style? Man, that'd be amazing. I really hope Daedra plays like that. We'll see this map like mined out. Daedra's hiding in the corner of the map. He has 1 Evo chamber that's like guarded by like 20 spine crawlers and like 15 spores and a bunch of lurkers, and he won't leave the game. So I assume from this Daedra wants to put on some pressure here and probably stop Disc from getting a 3rd base. But, I mean, Disc has seen this so far ahead of time, and he is going to get a Colossus, which, you know, I have no clue how well those do versus, I'm dancing them. I have no clue how well Lurkers do versus Colossus. I don't even know what armor type Lurkers are. These oracles just allowing Disc so much awareness here. You've been killing quite a few drones with this, actually. And especially with the way Daedra is playing, like he's on a very low drone count here. So every drone that gets killed here is a pretty massive blow to him. And just kind of reinforces like Daedra's need to win this game with whatever he's doing here. But I mean, like Disc already has, let's see how many units, sorry. Fat fingered there. He has one Colossus out so far, not another one on the way, but a lot of shield batteries are going to go down here. So he should be able to hold this this ground here too, unless you wanted to bring 8 workers or something and try to go up that way, but I don't think that's a plausible route here. And like Disc just has a lot of force fields here. These lurkers will actually be very strong, but there's not. Oh damn, that was a really nice hit. I don't know what you want to call that. Yeah, he actually kills one of the shield batteries, so that's actually pretty annoying here. But that Colossus can just kind of keep poking forward, doing some damage here. The Disruptor's even out. That means Daedra's really going to have to split these lurkers. A lot of them are super low. I think Disc should be able to just pick a lot of these off here. Just like having access to all these high-tech robo units here from the for the Protoss is just so good. I think the force fields just didn't allow Daedra to get in position here, but it looks like he will try to push up this ramp. A lot of the shield battery energy is gone down. Really nice choke point here. A lot of damage getting shot at from that Colossus, but he also has lost a decent amount of units, and he has a decent position here on the ridge now, but not a lot of units from either side really. And a lot of probes going to go down. 19 in total. And the worker counts are now pretty even. I think Daedra would like to be ahead in workers at this point. I'm not sure what Daedra does behind this, because I don't think he can do any more real damage at this point. Almost all the lurkers, actually, except for one, have gone down so far. He still has quite a lot of lings. I feel like he should just let some of those lings go to work on that Nexus over there. And just kind of try to take that off. Or take that out, rather. Because he's losing a lot of units trying to hold this position here. We will get this Nexus. And that's pretty good, but he still has to make do with all his opponent's units here. It's a lot of Immortals and other Robo units out right now. I think Daedra's really going to need to make a lot of lurkers here if he wants to hold on. Because I feel like at this point, ideally Disc wants to move out and try to attack while his opponent is trying to drone up, right? Or rather, while his opponent is trying to kind of spread out. He's getting a macro hedge here. Interesting. Because if Disc attacked right now, I feel like he could get a lot of damage done before his opponent got too many lurkers out. But Daedra will see this. He's actually getting a Baneling Nest now too. Interesting. There's a lot of lings. Not a whole lot of gas here actually, so he's gonna have a tough time making too many lurkers. He also doesn't have a whole. What's Daedra's vision like? Yeah, like Daedra has no clue if this attack is coming across the map right now. But it looks like Disc just wants to play defensive. I guess he's just really worried about any sort of counterattack from Daedra, especially because he's seen so many lings from Daedra. Which I think is a, you know, understandable fear. Was Daedra trying to get fruited minerals here? Not quite. Most of Daedra's force is home. We do have a Warp Prism actually coming in towards the main of Daedra here. See, and that's actually a lot of drones. Almost could have got a lot more there, but luckily wasn't able, or luckily for Daedra, wasn't able to get too many. And these oracles will get to work on some of these lings if they get too close. Drones here on the way here from Daedra. So he's going to drone up this fourth base very quickly here. I think he was really expecting for this to counterattack, but I think Disc maybe just wants to play it safe. I mean, I think for like most of the NA Protoss players that there are, I think Disc is probably one of the more respectable ones. I don't know how to say that. Like, he's more comfortable taking it to a macro game. He's not just gonna like Protoss his way to victory here. Whenever I watch Disc stream, he's normally pretty focused on macro. So I think Disc feels pretty comfortable here taking it to a longer game. And I'm actually kind of worried here about Daedra. I don't know how he's gonna fare going into this game. Getting a Spire. Oh, he actually has... Oh, does he have speed of these? No. So, slow Overlord drops with Banelings. I don't know how well that's going to fare, but this attack here from our Protoss player, he has Sentries, he has Immortals, he has Disruptors. And I don't see a whole lot of units here, actually, from Daedra. A lot of Banelings actually getting right on top of all these Colossus. And like these Colossus are going to clean up most of these Lings here, but they did a lot better than I expected them to. And Daedra kind of floundering around here. GG. That was... I feel like that game went on for a lot longer than it needed to, with no actual like change in game state. But anyways, we'll get into our next game here shortly. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, up here in the top right, we have in the purple, playing for Allin. It is Response. And the Terran player in the teal, bottom left, playing for Psistorm Gaming. It is Dolan. Oops. Fuck. I can't remember how to get the production tab out from the bottom. It's okay, it's there. Alright, actually, I haven't seen Dolan play for quite a while. So I have no clue what Dolan even does now. My previous impression of him was like, versus a lot of players, was that he would do like a lot of wood-based builds. But I don't know if that's still his thing now. Response going for a pretty macro focus opening here. Going Nexus then Cyber. And see a pretty standard build here out of Dolan. So far, see what Dolan goes into. Oh hey, I did it. Just kidding. What the fuck? Alright, so Dolan did kill one probe, but I don't think he's seen anything in the main. No. I was going for a Hellion opening here. Oh wait, why is he having a second barracks? Is that a mistake? Or is this a build I'm unfamiliar with? I assume this would be off of like a Hellion drop, but I don't know. Is this a Dolan original build? The Hellion plus 3 racks? So the scout turned out to not really matter since Response is just going for like a pretty defensive Stargate opening here. And Dolan got caught completely by this wall. Or did he? Will he kill this gateway? What an amazing display. Like, there's just something so satisfying about watching Hellions kill anything Protoss related. It just like makes zero sense, like how fire would kill metal, you know? But it works. Behind us we have a lot of Marines getting produced here. Some missile turrets on the way. No feared CC. So I think actually Response could get a bit boned here by this this follow-up. His Colossus is going to be quite far off here. And if there's enough Marines here from Dolan, I feel like once Dolan gets like a couple medevacs out here, I supply block pretty heavily though. But once Dolan gets some medevacs out here, like he has Stim, he can go across the map. That's a lot of Marines, and you know, Phoenix are not the greatest units to deal with those. And Response really, he just doesn't have a whole lot of units really to deal with any pressure. So if he just really needs to get his Colossus out as soon as possible. Okay, he's gonna chrono his Colossus out. Very alpha move. And we do see a move out here from Dolan. Response also sees this with his observer. I don't know where the observer stayed. Oh, it's up in the main. This is really nice from Response. This is like the most annoying thing you can do if you're the Protoss player in this situation. Is just like try to chip away at the medevacs and maybe try to force some stims. Because these medevacs are really like I don't even know what an analogy here would be. Like they're the thing that makes this push like good. Okay. So like picking those off or damaging them a lot is really going to have a really big impact. And already hampering his supply lines here with these Phoenix. Very nice play. We do have a couple Colossus out, so these Marines are going to have to make quite a lot of work, though. They are quite extended, and Dolan, he's just running on through. Rolling Dolan, as they say, going right in. He's just going to kill a lot of stuff here, but I'm not sure if it's enough here. He's lost quite a lot of units here to kill for those Colossus. Both the medevacs are down, and with a couple more Warpins, and or even, not even that, just a couple more Colossus coming out here, I think Dolan has officially stopped rolling. I really appreciate Boo posting that in the chat, or else I wouldn't have been able to think of something so clever. But, I mean, Dolan does have his third base up, you know, pretty reasonably. He lost quite a lot of units there. He did kill a couple Colossus, so that's pretty good. Double Forge is on the way here. Dolan is actually he's really going into this like follow-up very well. Getting out Colossus. Or not Colossus, sorry, he's getting out Vikings to deal with these Colossus. And I'm not sure if Response is going to transition into High Templars just yet. We just see Colossus on the menu for now. He is getting a 4th base though, so of course, very good play. More money is good. These two mines are guarding this statue of a Marine. But Dolan definitely on the back foot here. His upgrades are actually substantially better here than Response's. He had his eBay up for a lot longer than Response had his forges up. I think Response really needs to chrono these upgrades as fast as he can. Especially when you have so many like small units like this in your army. Like being behind on upgrades is going to mean quite a lot here if he engages this Bioforce again. These Marauders especially will just be able to destroy like anything he has. But of course, I'm not sure if Dolan is aware of this fact that he's so ahead on his upgrades either. Charge on the way here too, and I think a pretty smart move actually going into Disruptors. This not only capitalizes on the fact that his upgrades are behind a bit, but it's just kind of like he's seen the Vikings already, so he knows that he is being countered here. I don't believe Dolan's seen the Disruptors of that scan. But also, I don't see a... Do we see a 4th base here from Dolan just yet? I don't see a 4th base here. Looks like we will see a +2 timing here. So this is actually going to work out fairly well for Dolan as far as relative strength goes. He's up in army supply, or was. he was up in army supply for a brief moment. He has a lot of Vikings, so if he takes a prolonged engagement here, I think he should be able to snipe down most of these Colossus. There's only 4, yeah. And he could always find a good place to attack. He doesn't have any Liberators, which I think would make this push a lot stronger. Just being able to hold some ground with those Liberators would be nice. But he does have +2 bio, so that's definitely a strong play from him here. Alright, so actually we see Response trying to force an engage here. Looks like Response doesn't want to let those Vikings chip away this Colossus. And this bio is actually destroying a lot of the units here on the ground here from Response. A lot of Vikings still up in the skies. So I really think that attack from Response just did not work out very well. I don't see any more Disruptors here. I think Dolan actually has a really good spot. These Vikings can just keep destroying these Colossus in the skies, and I don't think there's a whole lot Response can do about that. He lost all his Phoenix in that fight. And this bio is just so strong. You see 6 High Templars being warped in. Do we have Storm on the field? No, we don't. So he's morphing him into Archons. I think that's a good move, because you really need something to tank. But now we see Liberators coming here with the follow-up. So I think this next fight is going to be really tough for Response here. He just doesn't have anything to deal with these Liberators. And these Colossus just all get destroyed here. All these Liberators are going to get taken out here. And a lot of the Vikings are going to go down as well. One Disruptor is still on the field, but not a lot of units here from Response. I think with some good warp-ins here and these Photon Cannons, maybe Response can hold on here. The longer Response holds on, the better he should be. Like, he has Storm on the way. His upgrades are just now caught up. But we do see +3 upgrades are on the way here from Dolan. And even High Templars are here on the field. Dolan's really just been preempting this whole thing. His army is pretty overstinned, though. All these Vikings are really low on health, actually. All of them going to get taken out. That Colossus getting pulled back. But a lot of units here still going down here from Response. And just not a huge amount of units here to tank. That Colossus barely gets taken out. But he does hold on. And that's still a lot of Dolan's army that has been cleaned up. But I think this is worth it for Dolan. You know, like, if you look at the army here from Response, it's like a couple High Templars and some Zealots. We don't even see +3 on the way because Response just doesn't feel like he can afford to even invest in that. And Response even trying to head across the map now. I personally, I'm not really a big fan of this. But I feel like Dolan might just start outgrowing Response here if this keeps up. Some Zealots coming in here for a bit of a run by. Nice job from Response. So this should be pretty nice. Gonna force the army back. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get to these eBays in time, as +3 will finish. A bit unfortunate there, and hopefully Response takes note of that. The fact that those upgrades finished, because that's actually big. Like, the reason he took so much damage in those last fights is because he was down on upgrades for so long. And as Protoss, like, I really don't think there's an excuse for that. Like, your upgrades can be ahead of the Terran, so I feel like they need to be. That's why we see so much strength from this from Gateway units. It's just like their ability to stay on par or better than Terran in upgrades for such long periods of the game. But being behind in the upgrades, it's just going to be tough. And I don't think that this base can be held to either. Look at all these fields of death. Unfortunately for Dolan, these Liberators not going to be all sieged up where he wants them to be. But there's not a whole lot of anti-air here actually from Response. He's committed so much to fighting off these ground units that he just can't contend with these Liberators. And +3 on this bio. These Liberators just going nuts, dude. And response, his entire army just getting obliterated here. He will pick off most of the bio, but reinforcements will follow this up. These Archons are trying their best to take out what they can, but there's just no army left over here for response. And I feel like this game was a bit of a throw here from response. I feel like he had such a good early game, but Dolan really, he just played really well with these follow-ups. He just always had what he needed on the table when he needed it, and response just wasn't able to keep up. Of course, many a game has been thrown by some good storms. Dolan does have some ghosts at his command here. But his eco is just so good too. He's ahead on workers. He has a 5th base up in mining. It's a planetary. He has a 6th base on the way. These Liberators, there's no answer for them. This bio should just tear right through here. We don't even see +3. Oh, we do. +3 is finished. Sorry. More Liberators on the way. Oh, that War Prism is so low. It has so many High Templars in it. Oh, it goes down. If response somehow is able to hold on here, then I don't even know anything about this game. Nope. That's going to be it. Psistorm is going to close this out with a 3-0 over Allin. That was a really close last game, though. Why is Boo invited me? Lobby invited skins. Alright. GG's, guys. And, yet again, Alpha turns into Igor doesn't get to play. Igor really has to pick an earlier map. He's been last this weekend and hasn't gotten to play. But anyways, yeah, good games to everyone. Thanks to Psistorm for showing up today and having some good games. Yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to drop a follow or something, or, you know, preferably give me like $5 or something. That'd probably be pretty cool. But I understand if you can't. Anyways, good night.